Peace and good vibes. I know it's been a minute since I've been on here, but I wanted to come on because there's so much going on right now, and there's so much to talk about, from the drones to what's going on in Uganda to, even with the celebrity news. So, I just wanted to share my thoughts on a few things. So, the top of this video is going to focus on what's going on right now in Uganda with the Dinga disease, or the dancing disease. Now, this is weird and interesting at the same time. This disease seems to be affecting only women and children, and it only lasts for about a week. And they didn't say whether or not if it was contagious. They don't know how it started, where it's coming from, or anything of that nature. So I guess they're still researching it and studying about this Dinga disease, or the dancing disease. And one interesting thing that I found out about it is that back in Europe, I believe it was the 1800s, a similar sickness happened then, during that time as well, where people in Europe, they would shake uncontrollably like they were dancing, and that happened until their death. So, but here in Uganda, it's only happening and lasting for about, excuse me, about a week. So I'm going to play a clip for you, just in case you haven't heard about it, you haven't seen it, or you don't know anything about it. So to give you some kind of context about what's happening and what's going on. And remember, no copyright infringement intended. Fair use. No copyright infringement intended. All right, here we go.
Democratic Republic of Congo. The disease was first reported a few months ago, and so far it has infected around 300 people, mostly women and children. Authorities say the outbreak has not spread to other districts, and it has not caused any deaths or serious concerns. Those who have been the victims of the virus have felt weakness, fever, chills, severe exhaustion, and also felt paralyzed. But the most peculiar of all symptoms is the uncontrollable trembling, which has made people incapacitated and made basic activities like walking or sitting nearly impossible. The strange phenomena has left residents and doctors searching for answers, but the reason why people are bizarrely shaking remains unexplained. Health experts are conducting investigations to identify the cause. So far, they're treating the disease with antibiotics, and most patients have recovered within a week. However,
All right, so as you saw, that's the mysterious dancing disease called Dinga happening right now in Uganda. And some doctors over there fear that people are turning to herbal medicines to try to help cure this disease. And, of course, some of the doctors, they kind of, set against that, I guess, in some ways, because they don't think that the herbal medicines would help to cure it. But nevertheless, that's what's happening right now around the world, or well, in just one part of the world, Uganda, this Dinga disease. So I found that to be very interesting. So another topic that we want to jump right into are these drones. So they were first sighted in New Jersey, and now New York, Connecticut. And some are saying even all around the world. I have my own theories and thoughts on that, as so do many other people. And I know you guys, if you come across this video, you're going to have your own thoughts as well, about what's happening. And but before we get into what I think is going on, let's take another look at some clips about these drones and what's happening. And once again, fair use, no copyright infringement intended. But I think it's very interesting that it's happening at this moment and at this time, because a lot of people that are on the same level that I'm on, we're like, oh, okay, so they've been here, but now they're just making themselves known. And I did a video a while back to some few years ago um, about the Anunnaki and the mothership. So if you are interested and you get a chance, scroll through my videos. It's still posted and you can check it out. But yeah, so let's get into this clip about the drones. Remember, fair use, no copyright infringement intended.
Welcome back here to the Hill on News Nation. The nationwide sightings of mysterious drones continue to baffle folks all over the country. And the Federal Aviation Administration is now stepping up. The agency implementing a drone ban in parts of New York City and Long Island. Comes just hours after a similar ban in New Jersey. Joining us now, News Nation special correspondent and investigative journalist Ross Coldhart. Ross, thanks for being with us tonight. Appreciate it. Always great to speak with you.
It's a pleasure to be here, Blake.
So we've spoke to a lot of folks this week here on this issue. I wanted to get your reaction to two in particular. I had Leroy Chow, who is an astronaut and has been on the International Space Station. So he has an idea of what's up in our skies. And here's what he told me about an incident that happened to him earlier this year. Watch.
To me, it seems like it's some kind of a military program, our military program. And if it's not that, then it gets a little more scary. It's like, well, is this some kind of a bad actor state probing us and seeing what they can do?
So that was his best guess. He also said he had some orbs flying around him. What do you make of what Leroy Chow told us?
I think it's very interesting because it accords exactly with what I'm hearing from people in the FBI, Homeland Security and Defence on the ground in New Jersey and other parts of the East Coast. We're now not just talking about what you would call conventional drones, Blake. These are objects that in some cases are luminous orbs, golden luminous orbs. And nobody tells me that they are what they think are drones. Increasingly, it looks like the authorities are backing down on what they've previously assured us, that these are legal craft. As recently as 3 days ago, they said categorically that everything in the air were either unmanned or manned craft that were legally flying. And we now know, because of the ban, that's not the case at all.
All right, and speaking of orbs, I recently saw a video on Instagram where a young lady in New Jersey was capturing video in the sky of what she considered to be orbs, and they were kind of like above the clouds, and they were like in circular form, and they were in circular form, and they were going around in a circle, and she was like, "Wow, what is that?" So. Yes, in addition to the drones, there are orbs also that are being seen by many people. So it's just a lot going on. So this is my take on it. I do believe that it is something, that is above our military. I really don't think, and I could be wrong, but I don't think that it's other countries spying on us. I don't think it's the, United States military, but I do believe that the government, the United States government and the military I do believe that they know something's happening and they know what's going on, but they're just not telling the public. So we are left to our own vices to speculate and to believe what we want to believe and to think what we want to think. Many on this side believe that, oh, it's the military, oh, it's other countries spying on us, shoot them down, shoot them down, shoot them down. And this is a situation that is quite different, I think, from the balloons, because remember about a year ago, I believe it was, they had the balloons flying around. I think it was a balloon from China, and they shot it down over the ocean in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So I think that's completely different than what's happening and what's going on right now in our skies, because military drones, when they fly up to these particular drones that they're talking about, they get knocked down. And the frequency from these particular drones, from what I understand, they're too high for these military drones to even get close to them, to even kind of, determine who or what is driving these drones, or what it is that these drones are. So my take on it, it's gonna be a little far fetched because I'm on the people you come across like woo woo, but hey, it is what it is. And yes, I'm a conspiracy theorist, and a lot of conspiracies that we have talked about in the past and that we've heard about in the past, they're not coming true. So, but my take on it, I do believe that that these drones are being directed by how can I say it? Extraterrestrials, other forces, non-human entities, non-human forces, and I don't think that they're dangerous. I don't, because if they were, they would have already done something by now. And a lot of people are saying, well, if you don't know what they are, how do you know that they're not dangerous? How do you know that they're not harmful? My conjecture, easy, because when the military tried to, from what I'm understanding, when they tried to go towards those drones, they were very unsuccessful. So they weren't shot down, they weren't attacked. So that's how you know that, hey, they're here for a mission. They're doing whatever it is that they need to do, and it's not here to hurt us or to harm us. Now, that's not to say that other entities or extraterrestrials, because I do believe in other life forms, aren't here to cause havoc or harm, because some are. We know that not all of the other life forms are working for the forces of good. So, but that's just my conjecture on it, my take on it. I don't want to get too deep into it, because there's so many other great videos that are out there that you could take a look at, and it goes deeper into the esoteric knowledge, and that is, in my opinion, a great thing. So, moving on to the next topic. I know I'm jumping from topic to topic to topic because there's so much to get into, so much to talk about. Next, I want to talk about this thing that has been going around about the Pope and the Vatican, and the Pope unleashing or opening Lucifer's tomb. So let's get into that and talk about that a little bit. Now, if you're on the level that I'm on, you know that we have positive and negative, we have good and evil, and it balances it out, right? So positive balances out negative, right? So when I look at that, and they said the tomb of Lucifer, we know that evil is real and evil exists. So but why would the Pope want to unleash or open Lucifer's tomb, so to speak? So just for the sake of it, we're just going to use that term, Lucifer. If you ask me, with everything that's going on and happening now, he's probably already unleashed it. But anyway, that's neither here nor there, but we're going to get into that a little deeper in just a moment. But something that just ran across my mind that I remembered happening earlier this year. I don't know if you guys remember, but in Miami, Florida, at a Miami mall, chaos erupted at the beginning of the year. I want to say it was around January of 2024. People were very afraid, frantic, running hysterically in the mall, running away from something. And there were about 50 cop cars that were out there at the mall trying to figure out, what people saw, what was happening, what was going on. And to this day, they will not tell us what happened at that Miami mall. A few people were discussing it, I believe, on TikTok. But I think some of those TikToks have now been taken down or they've been removed. But you can always research that on TikTok. Go to TikTok and see if you can search it. But nevertheless, it's very interesting that these cops, that the story that I heard, they said that there were some teenagers fighting at the mall with sticks. Now, that's what the cops were reporting. Um, it's 2024. Yes, teenagers do fight, but they're not fighting with sticks. Not in this day and age. But so I think that it was just a cover up, and a lot of people think that it's Project Bluebeam that's happening because they feel as though the government wants to create a problem, um, just to see how we as people would react, or how the citizens would react, so that they can implement other types of laws and regulations upon us. But hey, everybody has their own theories, their own thoughts. I honestly don't think that it's the United States government. Now, what happened earlier on, they could have had a played a part in that or a hand in that, but yeah, Project Bluebeam, you've got to look that up and research it. I know some people who have done documentaries on that, so you can check that out. But it's just interesting, with all of the things that are happening right now. And this is only the beginning, people. This is only the beginning. So let's get into this clip about the Pope opening up Lucifer's tomb. Once again, before we get into this clip, fair use, no copyright infringement intended.
This is the Nations Conspire channel. Welcome to today's show. I talked about how the Pope is planning on opening portals on Christmas Eve, that these holy doors inside of Vatican City are going to be open during what they're even calling a ritual. And as I was looking into this more to see which portals / doors they're going to be opening, I started to see that this topic has gone semi-viral, where a lot of people are discussing what's going on in Vatican City. And I wanted to do a video about it so that you could hear some of this information from me, and also to make sure that people have an understanding of some of the bizarre signs and symbols around Vatican City, specifically at St. Peter's Basilica. So, if you haven't heard, okay, what they're doing for starters is they're opening 5 portals in preparation for this ritual that they'll be doing on Christmas Eve. They're even installing webcams at St. Peter's tomb for this ritual. Now, they're saying that this ritual has to do with the Jubilee. But if you look at some of the stuff surrounding it, even how they're calling it portals being open, it's very, very skeptical. And of course, everybody out there should have an understanding, even if you're semi-awake, not fully awake, even 5% awake, of the Vatican's role in this New World Order. They are the top of the pyramid, side by side with Israel. They do not worship our Father in heaven. People should know this just by their fruits, just by how they behave, by the things.
Now, it's interesting that he would mention the NWO, or New World Order. So, with the New World Order, yes.
Auntie said you could make the breakfast now.
Okay, thank you. So, what we are seeing right now, or what we're hearing about with the NWO, or New World Order, is that it is a one world government where everyone is under one government rule. And that is what a lot of people think that we are pushing towards, or that we're going towards. So it will be interesting to see if that plays out in any way, form, or fashion. But yeah, I just wanted to share this information with you, just in case you haven't heard it. And they're saying that they're going to open up the Pope is going to open up these portals on Christmas Eve. That's possibly where all hell will break loose. But if you ask me, that's already happening. But like I said, this is just the beginning. So I'm going to leave you to your own thoughts, your own conjectures. Share in the comment section what you think of these clips. We're in no way, form, or fashion, I'm using them for my own personal gain in any way, form, or fashion. Fair use and no copyright infringement intended. Please turn that light back on. Thank you. All right, so until next time, thank you so much for watching and for tuning in, and hopefully I'll be back again with some more videos. Thank you, subscribers. I know it's been a minute since I've been on here. I thank you for your support and you checking out my videos. And if you happen to come across this video and you happen to like the channel, you like what you see, you like what you've heard, please feel free to subscribe. Thank you so much, and until next time, peace.